Page 16, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. 4/4 time, it's got one flat. We're either an F major or D minor. I don't know if you've had minors yet or not, I can't keep up. But this piece, if you look at the last notes in it there at the bottom of page 17, the half notes you'll hear, that's an F chord, so I'm thinking this is an F major. Let's talk about the hands one hand at a time. Started with the right hand. You're not in a 5-finger position. You're here, and the third finger has to come up to the F. And you connect these. And then the dotted rhythm. 3 and 4 and. 3 and 4 and. Then for the next measure, it's a thumb on the F. We just changed hand positions. So there at the beginning, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Like so. Lift up between each of these phrases. You see at the end, between the second, third measures, the curved lines, just a little lift up. It's like taking a breath. 3 and 4. Don't forget the B flat. The second line, when you finish the half note, lift up at the end of a phrase, and this gives you a chance to move down. As you lift up, you just move. You do that some more. Top of page 17, you're here. It's 2 and now a 4. You need to be able to do this on piano, is be able to, when you have a repeated notes, to be able to change fingers. It happens a lot. You'll get good at it eventually because you're going to do it so much. Last measure, you have a rest, you can move up. This is the first line, last measure. Stay up, keep up. Second line, lift up to the end of the phrase. Otherwise, connect the notes as best you can. End of the second line, lift up the end of the phrase and move up one key. Here. And then let's go down to the third line. Third measure, you're here. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. Thumb down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And lift at the end of a phrase, move up, and do that again. There's some tricky things going on here if you think about it. Even if you don't think about it, they're tricky. Left hand, you're starting with 5 and 3 on the F and the A. That puts you in this position to start. And then it's just one note at a time, and go ahead and connect all these. There's no phrasing in the left hand, so connect it all as best you can. So forth. The last measure on page 16, it's a B natural. Going up there, okay. Top of page 17, you're up here. Second measure. And then for the last measure, they want a 1 and a 2 and a 1 on that. You have to come down. This puts you in position for what's coming. Otherwise, you can do that with 5 and 3. But now you're out of position to go to the next measure if they want third finger. And we want that connected if we can. So lift up. That C you play in the second measure, that's melody. You got to play that out. At the end of a phrase, you can lift up anyway. And during that time, you can move down. Here. So your right hand's moving too a little bit. But your right hand has a rest. So as your left hand's playing that, the right hand can get in position. So when the left hand is done with that note, then all you got to do is focus on the left hand going down. There. So you're ready to go on. Third line down. You're here, B flat, and then it's a F sharp. Now if that's a little uncomfortable, you got problems putting a little finger there. Then here, reach down with third finger, just come down one. And you can do that. And then reach back up. Second finger again. Connect all this. It's all legato. There's no phrasing here, so you got to connect it. And then you're out. Same thing on the next line. You get the second measure. If a fingering they're suggesting, and they're only suggestions, doesn't work for you, you have to find a fingering that does. But the general guide to follow is, can you play it legato? Can you play it all connected with the fingers? Try and do that if you can. Now you get the hands one at a time, try putting them together. That should be fun. That's That's a whole note in the left hand. Hold it down. 3 and 4. Lift up the phrase in the right hand, just the right hand, not the left. 3 and 4. Lift up. So you do that. I don't want to have to play the whole thing for you. You work it out carefully, one hand at a time, and then put them together. And you can do that. And then after you get you can play the notes and the rhythms correctly, then you can think about speeding it up. As far as louds and softs, they don't give you much. You speed it up and get to know the piece, and you do what you think is right on the louds and soft. What do you feel like? But you can find recordings of this. Eventually, you don't go that fast at first. You gotta go slow to learn it, but gradually speed it up. I'd like to do a little play with me here to double check the notes and the rhythms, and we're gonna go real slow. If you need to, one hand at a time with this. Just make sure you're playing the right notes at the right time. That's all this is for. So go ahead and put your hands where they are to start. And I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 4 and. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 4 and. And